up? My name is Kay, and I'm going to try and veganize Chrissy Teigen's famous banana bread. I have these ridiculously ripe bananas that are nearly rotten. They have made my entire pantry smell like bananas, and I figured, what do you do with ripe bananas other than throw them in the trash? You make banana bread. And one of the things that I really love is banana bread, and prior to my being vegan, I really loved making Chrissy Teigen's banana bread recipe in particular because of how delicious it was. Now, I am not a super incredible baker. I like to bake and I like eating baked goods, but it has never been my expertise, especially once going vegan and eating plant-based. So I really have no idea exactly how this is going to turn out. Also, the recipe that she has requires 2 whole cups of mashed bananas, and she says that takes like 6 to 8. I only have 4, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do the whole beautiful bundt pan that she does. I might have to do some math and calculations, but we'll see if I can make a mess and make something that's edible. So I have this measuring cup that goes up to exactly 2 cups. So I'm just gonna mash the bananas right in here and see how much I actually have and see if I have to do a bunch of painful math. Get these guys. These are really ripe. Oh God, oh God. These are some ripe bananas. That's for damn sure. Yeah, I got banana hands. Banana hands! Fun fact, you can compost banana peels and it's a great source of potassium for your plants. Oh, I'm throwing bananas. I actually got these bananas because I was like, I'm gonna eat healthy and I'm gonna eat, just like, some fruit every day for snack and breakfast. And I did for like 2 weeks, and then I bought these bananas, and then I ate bagels every day for breakfast last week, and now I'm doing the even more unhealthy thing, and I'm turning it into a very sugary baked treat. But I worked out today, so that was worth it. So it's more like 1.5 cups of mashed banana. Oh, that would make for some very, very complicated math. I'm gonna wing it. Screw it, I'm gonna wing it. We'll see what happens. I only have 1.5 cups of bananas, but I'm sure it'll be just fine, right? So in Chrissy's recipe, it says to combine the bananas with eggs and the oil. I think that I'm just going to completely omit the eggs, or maybe I might do a flax egg because that's a really common egg substitute. Who really knows? I'll definitely do the oil, and I was actually thinking of substituting the oil with some unsweetened applesauce because that is a much healthier substitute to oil whenever it comes to baking, and it adds an additional level of sweetness as well. So yeah, we'll see how that works out. Again, I'm just experimenting here. I have no idea if this is gonna be worth a damn at all. So, how much oil? Ow. Oh, I hurt my finger on it. It says 2/3 of a cup of canola oil, but we're gonna see. It's a little less than 2/3 cup. Do you think it would be bad if I just filled it up the rest of the way with actual oil? Is there a difference between canola oil and vegetable oil? Because I have vegetable oil. I'm just gonna use vegetable oil. I'm gonna fill it up to right there. Maybe the applesauce will kind of act like an egg too. I really don't.
Applesauce or applesauce is a sauce made of apples.
Thank you. Was I talking to you? Rude. Okay. This makes a funny sound. So one time I made banana bread and I tried to do flax egg instead of egg, and I pretty much substituted exactly the amount of eggs. My banana bread came out like so overly wet that it just did not cook, and it was an absolute disaster. So I'm really thinking that I'm going to just not put any eggs in. I don't know. We'll see. So then it says in a separate bowl to combine the dry ingredients, which include flour, sugar, pudding mix, baking soda, and salt. The vanilla jello mix is what was her like secret ingredient in this recipe that made it so good. And it's accidentally vegan, so what a coinkydink. How convenient, right? All right, so it calls for 2 cups of flour. I'm going to weigh it instead of like scoop it, because I have found that whenever I bake and I weigh things, it always comes out better. Alexa, how many ounces are in 2 cups of flour?
There are 9.8 ounces in 2 cups of flour.
All right, 9.8. Oh, that's 11. That's 11. That's too much. Oh no. Oh, I gotta fix that. 9.95, 9.85, 9.75. That sounds good. Let's go with that. 2 cups of sugar. That's a lot of sugar. That's a lot. Alexa, how many ounces are in 2 cups of sugar?
2 cups of sugar weighs about 14 ounces.
14 ounces. All right, let's zero this out. Okay, it's zeroed. Wait, did she say 14? I think she said 14. Oh my God, that looks like so much, but it's not even 14. Wait, Alexa, how many ounces are in 2 cups of sugar?
There are 14.1 ounces in 2 cups of sugar.
I feel like I'm huffing sugar. It's like dusting. There, 14. That was a lot of sugar. Then it says the baking soda, salt, and pudding mix. This pudding mix is actually already open because I've used a little bit of it before, so it's not exactly 3.5 ounces, but I'm just gonna put what I have in there, call it a day. See what happens. That smells good. How much baking soda? A teaspoon? All I have is a ½ teaspoon measuring thing, so 2 of those. And how much salt? 1 teaspoon, wait, 1.5 teaspoons. So we'll do 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now we're supposed to mix all these dry ingredients together. That's a lot. Oh, I forgot to preheat the oven. 325, a very low setting. So now we put the dry ingredients in the wet ingredients. I'm a little nervous because I didn't put in any of the eggs and I didn't have all the bananas, but I completely measured out all the dry ingredients. Should I add more oil in substitute of the egg? Or should I add more applesauce? Or should I just use a flax egg? I don't feel like having to wait for the flax egg to soak because I'm impatient. So I think I'm just gonna add like a ½ cup of oil. We'll just say that my applesauce was like an egg substitute. I don't know. I really hope this turns out okay because I love banana bread. I mean, honestly, I feel like no matter what, I'm going to eat it even if it comes out mush. Sticky. Okay, so now it says to very gently fold in all of the dry ingredients. I'm just gonna plop it all in there. Oh, yeah. I really hope this doesn't come out too incredibly dry because I shorted my wet ingredients. Oh, please. Oh, please. Okay, it's looking good. It doesn't look too dry. I think we're gonna be okay. And a fold. And a fold, and a fold. Ah! It doesn't seem like it's too dry. That actually looks like a pretty good consistency. I'm pretty pumped. Woohoo! Oh, please turn out good. I want banana bread for dessert. So most banana breads put like walnuts or something like along those lines into the mix. I've never been a huge nut person. So one of the things that I always loved about Chrissy's banana bread recipe was the fact that she used chocolate chunks and coconut shreds in replacement. And she does say that you can add walnuts if you want to. I don't think that I am, because I don't see why I would ruin a good thing. I have these dairy-free baking chips. She gets like a bar of dark chocolate and chops it up and tosses it in there. I'm just gonna put all of the rest of this bag of chips right into the mix. So I have this bag of unsweetened coconut flakes, and as you can tell, I've had it for a while. I don't think these sorts of things go bad, do they? Oh, it says best by January of 2021. It is May. I'm sure that it's fine. How much does it say? A cup? This is definitely less than a cup, so I'm just gonna, boom, that works. And fold, and fold, and fold. Yeah, get in there. But of course, if you have a tree nut allergy, you can just do chocolate, because chocolate's awesome. We love chocolate. It's all folded up. It looks pretty good, has a nice consistency. I'm gonna go ahead and do the bundt pan, because it's always more fun in a bundt pan. And bundt pans make things more moist, and that was one of the reasons why she put the recipe in a bundt pan, was because it just makes it... Oven's preheated. All right, so I have my bundt pan. The one thing that she says is to get oil and put a nice layer of oil all inside of it, and then sprinkle that with a good layer of flour, tap it off, and pour in the mix with that, and then it shouldn't stick. But I have absolutely messed up to great extent this step in the past, where I try to go like this, and I get half of a loaf stuck to the pan and half of the loaf onto the thing. So let's cross our fingers. I'm just gonna put a good amount of oil and then flour. All right, I'm just gonna, there. That looks like a good amount. Yeah, it's making funny sounds. That was probably too much oil. My hands are covered in it now. Oh boy. Next we sprinkle. I'm putting probably way too much flour, but I don't want it to stick. Okay, I feel like that might be too much. I don't know. Let's cross our fingers and hope that this works out, because I'm gonna be very, very sad if it doesn't. Okay, this is the hard part. Oh boy, this is heavy. I'm gonna hug it. Oh God. All right, this is working. I didn't drop it! I'm out of breath. That was a lot of concentration. Now we can only hope for the best. It says to bake it for 55 to 60 minutes. So, oh, I'll keep you updated. Alexa, set a timer for 55 minutes.
55 minutes, starting now.
So now I'm gonna clean up my mess and make myself some actual dinner. And in an hour, maybe the banana bread will be ready.
One eternity later.
So I have cooked dinner, eaten dinner, cleaned up from dinner. I let the lovely loaf of banana bread bake for, I think it ended up being about an hour and 10 minutes until the toothpick came out clean to where I was comfortable taking it out of the oven. I have let it cool down a little bit, and then the recipe says to get a butter knife, prop it up around the sides and around the center, and then using a plate, or I'm gonna use a big old cutting board, to flip it over, bang on it a few times, and pray to God that it comes out in one solid piece. So, here goes nothing. It seems to be like it's wanting to move. I think this is a good sign. Go around the middle. All right, I'm gonna get my cutting board. All right, the moment of truth. That hurt my hands. No! Fork. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna let it cool upside down for a little bit longer and hope that the rest of it comes off. I'm upset. Why? So, I let it cool for a little bit longer. I got this little chunk right here that I tried to salvage. There's still a little bit left. I'm gonna try to see if I can get this out, and I'm just gonna lay it on top, right? Because that'll be okay. Yeah, that works. We'll Band-Aid the banana bread. It'll be fine. I did eat some of the bits that I had. Cheers. It tastes really good. Some of the flour kind of like caked on to a couple places, so that's cool. Well, it might not be the prettiest banana bread that I've ever made. There's at least one section right here that is fully intact. Still doesn't look great, but it's intact. I think my mistake was that I used too much oil lining the pan. That was probably too much oil. My hands are covered in it now. Oh boy. But it was fun. It actually came out pretty good. I mean, despite the fact that I didn't use any actual eggs and I didn't really measure everything super effectively, it tastes pretty good, and it's the right kind of sponginess, and it's still pretty moist. My only error was in coating the pan. If anyone knows how to make this not happen better than the oil and flour mix, which I continuously have failed to execute properly every time I try to make anything, I've done this so many times too, and I always just end up eating pieces of banana bread, and mind you, still delicious. But you know what? That's what kitchen adventures are all about. Should cut into it and see if I can get like an actual slice. And it's still warm. This thing just doesn't want to get cool, does it? Ooh, yeah. That's good. That is moist, but it's like cooked all the way through and it looks really good. Yeah, once I figure out how to not mess up the coating of the bundt pan and can make it come out in one piece, it's game over, because that looks incredible. Wow. Wow. I'll be honest, it tastes just like I remember it from making this recipe prior to going vegan. It was pretty incredible. It's ugly. It's ugly, that's for sure. But that's pretty, and it tastes really pretty. And that's what matters. Not a failure. A success story with just a couple of hiccups. Anyways, if you liked watching me cry over a loaf of banana bread. Like this video and subscribe to my channel. Also, subscribe to my blog. It's www.kaylinwester.com. Follow me on Instagram. It's @KaylinWester. And maybe I will try some more baking experiments to veganize some of my favorite things. I'm gonna eat some ugly banana bread. It's what's on the inside that counts.